guys, Ollelito back here with another Tutorial Tuesday on the channel, and in today's video, as you see by the thumbnail and by the title, we have another tutorial on our hands. Yes, in today's tutorial, I will be showcasing you guys how you play Switch like a pro in EFC 25. This will make you really good at pressing your opponent, but also making some really good decisions around your own box in defense. So, enough chit chatting, let's just jump into today's video. But before we jump into it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that a lot. And also share it with all your friends, because then you all guys will become a master with play switching in EFC 25. Let's go. So we have the ball on our own half here, and my TO is out of position here, obviously, right? So it's more or less trying to slow the opponent down from these kind of sequence. Obviously, I guess a lot of you guys are sending your fullback, so try to have that kind of attacking threat going forward. But if you lose the ball with that fullback, you need to be able to defend the space that he let up, basically. The thing you should do in this sequence is that I maybe should have switched quicker to a CM than trying to just cover off that space. Now, obviously, I play a very good player in Division Rivals here in the background, and as you see here, I just want to get as close as I possibly can to him. So when I'm getting a bit closer, obviously the thing I can do is to try to tackle him, then try to get the ball, be aggressive, but you need to be close enough and then press tackle. And if you miss that tackle as well, he's basically having a 3v1 against my Ollelito, who is my center back that's left after Danilo, if Danilo is gone there, for example. So the thing I'm trying to do is to try to go closer to him, then I'm doing second man press, because then I want the AI or the second man press to go closer to Onana, and then I'm trying to basically cut off this space in between Ollelito and Danilo, so he can't play that pass from Onana into the inside of the pitch. So I do this by switching my right stick towards Ollelito, then I try to grab Ollelito. So he finds this pass here, and from this kind of position, I need to be aggressive, because here, if he were to pass his first touch to his striker, he's offside, but if he's taking a bit more time, he will have that kind of open pass to him later. So the thing I do, I'm trying to get closer to him, winning the ball, and from here, I can start my own attack. Though, I lose the ball in this kind of sequence, and this is where a lot of you guys will concede goals, because if you lose the ball in your own build-up, basically, or in your own half, you will be very easy to find space in behind and then trying to get a shot off, basically. So the thing I'm doing here is that I'm trying to read what's going to happen. So I was on Calhanoglu here. If we play it back, I was on Calhanoglu, but look at, you guys can't see my controller because the face cam is in the way, but it's just important to see what I'm doing here, because when I'm getting the ball here, okay, I realize, okay, he has a pretty open pass to the striker, who's actually coming onside now. So I need to press L1 on my controller, left L1 up here to be able to get to the closest player that's basically I want to be with. And the player I want to be with is Danilo then, because I want to cover off this pass. So this guy is making this pass. I already switched to Danilo, and in this kind of sequence, you just want to stay goal side. You want to be in his back so he can't really turn, because on this game, if you step in front, the game doesn't reward you, unfortunately, in this year's game, because the pass is also assisted. So the thing I'm trying to do is to try to read that pass. Now he finds this pass to Salma Paralueyu, a fantastic pass. I don't know if he meant it, but if he meant it, fantastic. Here though, I see, okay, the space is pretty big here, so I'm trying to go second man press with Dumfries, as you saw there, to try to close the gap in between him and Danilo. The thing that's happening then is that I am getting a bit lucky here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why I'm switching away from Ollelito, but the thing I did is that I switched to Ollelito to try to get Danilo closer to the ball, which he basically is doing here, but I also moved the keeper. He managed to red time that shot that actually got blocked, and that's also because I'm switching away from Danilo to try to get him closer while also moving the keeper. So as you see here, switching off Danilo, then at the last second he gets the kind of auto block, and we defended that sequence pretty well. So corners, also very hard to defend, obviously. The thing you want to do with corners is you basically want to cut off this pass from the winger into the middle, because inside the box of the corners, it's insanely hard to defend. So you just need to cut this pass off, which I'm not doing. It's fine, because I know when the ball goes to his Konate, he won't shoot with Konate. He wants to find an extra pass to maybe Onana. Yes, it's his team of the Evo blueprint. It's not the goalkeeper. He finds his pass to Onana, and here I just want to be in front of the player. And I have a whole wall of players here, but we all know how assisted this game is, so this shot can actually go through if I'm getting a bit unlucky. It doesn't though, so I basically get a block off. Once he plays this pass backwards, this is where I want to try to get aggressive, because I don't want him to get another shot off and then maybe getting another corner or even scoring. So I'm trying to get closer with Ollelito. I'm also holding an L2, as you see, because Ollelito is holding his hands like this behind his back, because he just wants to get closer, and I'm holding L2, which is the jockey button, to get more control of the player. I get more control of the player, and I'm trying to get closer. Once again, I do a perfect block. I'm just standing in the way. He finds this pass to Bombito. With Bombito, he's not going to shoot. If this this is an attacker, this is going to be dangerous because he can shoot, he can pass, he has a lot of options. Here though, he doesn't really have a lot of options, and I see, okay, the only player that's really onside there is Onana, so I'm trying to get in front with Dumfries. I managed to get the ball, then I press circle with Dumfries there when the ball bounced back there, and then I finally managed to get the ball, and from here I can start my counterattack. And once again here, we're trying to use the momentum of the players. We just let this play. Here again though, I'm switching with right stick here to R9 to try to cover off this forward pass to his CM. This is pretty good, I would say. This is covering off the pass. After, when I realized, okay, R9 can't really do anything more, that's when I do right stick switching to Çalhanoğlu to try to cover off his cam. Because if you play an opponent that's playing with a cam, they most likely in build-up want to find their cam, then try to find the wingers or the striker in behind. So the thing I do with Çalhanoğlu, as you see, I'm trying to cover off his cam. I'm not really on him too much, but it doesn't really matter. Because the thing when they get into these kind of situations is always cover off the pocket of space in between the fullback and the defender. And you will see here, I realized, okay, he either wants to find a striker or he wants to find Salma Paraleu. So I already did right stick switching with Dumfries. I'm already on Dumfries. And the thing I was talking about before was that you don't really get rewarded for stepping up front in the lane. Here again, he does a really good pass, obviously, but I think, in my opinion, on a good game, I should be intercepting this. I'm stepping forward, I should be getting the ball with Ollelito. But the game is so assisted this year that he manages to find his pass in behind. It's Jamie Vardy he does this pass with, so this shouldn't be going through, but it is, doesn't matter. After he finds this pass with Maradona, he should have shot this. He should have shot this first post, he would have scored. But the thing he's doing then is to try to find that kind of extra pass to Onana, which I already selected Danilo for to try to cut Onana off. And from this, we just want to clear the ball. Here I was panic defending a bit. I wanted to tackle Onana first. Didn't register, so Danilo decided to clear the ball. From here though, when your opponent is outside of the box, this is one thing that I feel like a lot of you guys are struggling with this year, is that you need to make sure to use your CDMs or CMs, whatever formation you guys are playing, to cover off the opponent attackers and wingers. So the thing you see here is finding a CM, and I tried to do second man press with Douglas Luiz, and at the same time switching to Çalhanoğlu to cover off Onana, who is basically down here, but he still can actually find Jamie Vardy, which he's trying to, but I switched very quickly with right stick switching, which it obviously needs to be very accurate because it's very hard to use right stick switching in this game. I tried to be on him, and then I'm just letting it be. Second man press, but also trying to put some manual press with Ollelito. I managed to get the ball, and from this attack, I managed to actually score, if I'm not mistaken. Here again, doing a play lock with Leao. Getting a bit lucky here, I would say. Just a few bounce backs, but still, just manages to have all these kind of attacking threats going forward. Here, Leao is on side, taking the space in between the fullback and the center back, as I was speaking about before. That's kind of the money spot, and this where you want to be with your attackers. Obviously, when you're defending, you don't really want the player that you play against to find this kind of pockets of space because it's very hard to defend them. But the thing that this guy needs to do in this kind of sequence, and this is going to be the last tip for the video about play switching, is he needs to be on his fullback way quicker than this. He needs to realize, okay, Leao is actually going back from offside into an onside position, and I need to tuck in my fullback so he can't really find that kind of opening space. Because as you see here, this is where I feel a lot of you guys are doing that are watching the tutorials. You guys are just running around with the midfielders, not play switching. Yes, that will work to some certain degree, and it might get you 1 or 2 more wins in weekly now. But if you really want to become an elite player in this year's game, you need to be able to play switch to either to your center backs or your fullbacks. And as you see here, once again, he's still on his midfielder, and then now he's switching too late. He should have tucked in the fullback to prevent this space from being open with Leao going in behind. This is a perfect time pass. Very good touch from me as well. And when I get into this kind of pocket of space, I just need to shoot this shot far post. Leao manages to score, and we managed to win this game 5-4. So guys, that was a pretty quick tutorial of how you basically play switch and how you defend in the best possible way in this year's game. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. I would appreciate that a lot. What other kind of tutorial would you guys like to see on the channel? Let me know down below. Also guys, when you watch this video, tomorrow I'm playing in the E-Serie A, so I need you guys' support in the chat. We're starting at 3 o'clock Central European time on Twitch. The link basically will be down below, or if you want to search on Twitch, the name should be Serie Others. If you want to watch me compete in the Juventus shirt, please do that. 3 o'clock tomorrow, Wednesday. Hopefully we can get as many points on the board as we possibly can. But thank you for today, boys. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay humble, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.